Hello, good people. Spot of Nerd here. And yes, this is a part of a double feature that I hope you all will enjoy.
That's right.
Great. The yours?
Uh-huh.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Excuse me, but you're spraying everywhere.
Oh.
Full transparency, this is going to be around politics. As you can imagine. So, that's why I give you 2 episodes, because if you want to go back to just having some good old fun, me reviewing television series and or movies, the other new episode, which is like 208 or 209 or 210, whichever it might be, is actually pretty cool because we go over easily a dozen all new shows or movies that I've currently been watching and or are excited to see in the future. So, you've been warned, hopefully in the best way possible, but right now, I think it's time we talk about the obvious. The reason I'm doing this is pretty clear. I have zero problem letting the world know that I am a Trump supporter. There is no doubt about it. If anything, I was a Trump supporter before it was cool. Trust me, for all of you that believe that we are bigots and racists and homophobes and everything in between, you could not be farther from the truth. In fact, I mean, without being, I've always got to be careful around some of these topics. Let's just be real for a moment. All of the hoopla, all the bibbidi blah 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 blah, sometimes people should look in the mirror and really evaluate who they are in relation to everything that's been going on. Just getting this stuff out of the way, I'm gonna probably keep this as quick as I can because it doesn't really need much more than just simply, this is not a surprise. Nobody is surprised about him being convicted. Nobody is surprised that it was so quick. Nobody is surprised what this current administration is doing to try their damnedest to make sure that Trump does not get a chance to run in 2024, aka in the next 6 months, November 5th. So what does it all mean? I mean, to every single person on the planet, it means something totally different, something totally unique. And that's really up to you. I'm not here to tell you and, blow smoke up your ass about how great Trump is. No, trust me. We even supporters, we know he's an asshole. We know he's done and said some pretty dumb shit. But it's not about that. It's about everything else. And if you are not paying attention, if you are happy about the current verdict, or you are surprised, whatever it might be, then you clearly haven't been paying attention, because this was going to be quote-unquote the verdict from the start. There's no doubt about it. But what I'm on here for, what I'm speaking to you all, at least those that are watching this specific episode, what I'm on here for is to basically let you know that, yeah, we simply aren't gonna just sit back anymore. No, I would never, ever promote violence or hatred or anything of the sort. It's just stupid. It's chaotic. If you noticed, and I love this, I can't take credit for it, one of the best quotes, memes, whatever you want to call it, that I saw from, what was it, Thursday into Friday? Yeah, because it happened Thursday, and then one of the best things that in quotes I ever saw was, nothing was burned down. No cities were burned down. No Targets or Wendy's were burned down. There was no violent protests, everything like that, because everybody had to go to work on Friday. We went to work, and we went to work because we have to, because we got bills, because we have responsibilities. And thanks to the current administration, I've said this before, and I'll say this many times going into the future, take a look at really where your dollar is going and how effective your dollar is, because I can promise every single one of you right now is struggling. Sure, You might be more wealthy than others. You might have a 6-figure salary. You might even have a 7-figure salary, whatever it might be. But you cannot tell me that there isn't something in your life right now from an economic standpoint that isn't negatively impacting you in some form or another. You simply cannot do it. It's not possible. So where do we do? What do we go? Where do we go from here? Well, like I've said, it simply means we need to speak out. This is a weaponized justice system. This is election interference up the ass. And probably YouTube will more than likely take this down. So head over to Rumble, because that is the next YouTube. It is the only place where you can probably have these conversations, where you can really express how you're feeling and quote unquote your reactions to everything. But ultimately, what it does come down to, we will continue to metaphorically fight like hell. And we're not going to do it by burning down businesses or burning cities down or rioting or protests. We're going to do it by knowledge, truth, and facts. We're going to continue to tell you what the facts are, because you are given nothing but bullshit from the media and everything in between. Your social medias, whatever else is in between that I can't think about right now. So yeah, get used to it. You have woken a sleeping giant. And the best thing about that sleeping giant, we don't want violence. We don't want protests. We don't want anything bad to happen to you. We want peace. We want accountability and truth and responsibility and everything else in between that means upholding the law equally. Because you know it ain't happening right now. It is beyond biased and discriminate towards clearly Trump. Anybody that so much as has a singular thought beyond the narrative or what you're being told or what you're being spoon-fed through social media, blah, 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 blah. And that's just really what it comes down to. But the ultimate ability that we have, that's the quote-unquote crazy right-wing conspiracy theorists have, we have a vote. And I think that is where ultimately, and sure, I am guilty as hell. Even I'll admit, your vote, 2020 told us a lot as far as how much your vote really does go. But we've obviously seen the playbook now. We know how you play. We know how you work. And quite frankly, albeit with this verdict, not surprising, at the same time, we see how far you'll go. And I think it's time now we step up and do. We don't need to go down to that level. And yes, I do mean down. We don't need to lower ourselves to that level. But we do need to start speaking out more. And we do need to start being more proactive. Not violently, not hatefully. Simply just by being us. Being not afraid to tell you that, yeah, I am a Trump supporter. I do support the guy who gave me more money, who made my bank accounts stronger, my 401ks better, who literally brought peace to the Middle East. Still don't understand how people are not figuring this out. You had 4 years of Bush, no, 8 years of Bush, 8 years of Obama. You had 4 years of a non-politician between 2016 and 2020. And now you have the prime example of yet another politician of 3 years. You physically, historically, economically, everything in between, have actual statistical facts of what happens when you put somebody who has your best interest at heart. You have the results of what that looks like. I'm not saying it was perfect during Trump's original 4 years. But what I am saying is, from the world, economics, family, morals, responsibility, accountability, it was superior to what's going on now. And as much as you know me, spot of nerd, broken record, I'm probably going off on super trillion different branches and everything in between. I would simply tell you, we still have hope, and we still know that there is absolutely no chance in hell that Trump doesn't win the nomination for President of the United States in 2024. There is absolutely no doubt. You cannot tell me people want to go on another 4 years of this. And let's be real, if it does go on another 4 years, shit's gonna get crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it ain't gonna be us. It will not be us, because we have proven it time and time again. And I know there is gonna be trolls, internet trolls, whatever you want to call them, blah, 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 out in the world that maybe they're even watching this. It's gonna get interesting. It's gonna get fun. And I would simply tell you, you gotta be careful. You gotta be smart, keep your head on a swivel, and don't let this deter you. For those that are who have my same viewpoints, do not let this deter you. This is exactly what they want. This is exactly what we know they're doing. And quite frankly, we know at the end of the day, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. It's just not possible. Especially when you got Diddy that literally is beating women. You have a list of Epstein clients that, dear God, Lord only knows the shit they've been doing. Imagine, just for a second, put Trump in there again for another 4 years. Imagine what we could do. Imagine the shit that we could clean up if we just once took a step back and went, you know what, compared to what it is right now, I think we need to give him a shot. I really, really do. And I think it's time, as the world has seen, as social media, the news, everything in between. What you're seeing right now is an awakening, as I've said multiple times now, because that's just what I do here. But I cannot wait to see what he can do, what President Trump can do. Because you know, even those who hate him the most know deep down that what's happening right now is not okay. It is so not okay. This is not the way of society, of an American society, let alone the world. It's just not. And I think it's time we finally come together as a people, as one. And I don't mean that cliche, I genuinely mean that. We all come together as one and we finally go, enough is enough. There are far more of us than there are of them. And by them, I mean government. And I hope and I pray, I really, really do, that everything turns out to be okay. That we will move forward in a positive direction. And I hope you do too. I really, really do. So if you feel anything in similarity, or if you just want to call me a racist and a homophobe, you know where the comment section is, right down below. Go for it. I've heard it all. And if anything, that's what I will let you know, regardless of just me, a simpleton who has barely 200 subscribers on here. We've heard it all. It's so tiresome that we used to just laugh at you when you used to call us the racists and the homophobes and all this. Now we just are tired, you know what I mean? Delete. It's that simple, because we don't need violence, we don't need anger, we don't need emotion to answer those situations. We simply just delete it and we simply move on, because it's really that easy. It really, really is that easy, especially when you know the way the world is right now, the way society is, the way everything is in relation to just somebody simply saying, yeah, I support Trump. I really, really do. And I'll take whatever comes with it, because trust me, it's a scary world out there, but it can get better, and it will get better under his lead. It's amazing what a leader can actually do if they have the heart and the passion and the love for their people. So we'll have to see what happens. We really, really will. So huge, huge thank you to everybody who has made it this far. If you have, I would love you so much. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, or let's be real, maybe some of you are gonna unsubscribe right now because you've heard exactly what I've just told you. And that's okay too. Quite frankly, let's be real. I've been doing this for nearly a decade, barely pushing 200. So obviously Rumble will be hopefully the future. If you can, follow me there as well. I'd super appreciate that. Maybe, just maybe, we could have a civil conversation, even if your opinion or your thoughts might be different. I dare you to have a civil conversation, just you and I. I'd even, you know what? I'll even open invite you to this channel right here, right now. We will do a collaboration, a debate, if you will. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's have a chat. All I ask, just be respectful, because I will with you. Invites out, just let me know. Just give me a shout, message me, whatever it might be. Until then, folks, we will see you guys next time. Later, y'all. One thing, as much as I will say, yes, I am a Trump supporter, I've always wanted to put a sticker or a decal on my truck, but I swear I never will, because where I live in the Pacific Northwest, it is a fact. My truck would be destroyed just having a sticker on it, so fuck that.